Previously, on the next Internet Millionaire, our contestants awoke to a high-stakes game of poker. While Alisan was a seasoned veteran of the game, some of the others were playing for the first time. After his early risk paid off, Jason Marshall jumped to a huge lead, but his inexperience came back to bite him, and Nico stole the game in the final hand.
Good job, Nico.
We will present you with the HACKERSAFE immunity shirt, which you may put on, wear for the rest of the day. You are immune and cannot be eliminated from the competition today. Congratulations.
Then it was off to the classroom where they learned the secrets of massively profitable product launches from Jeff Walker.
No proof, no launch. Got that? No proof, no launch. You're starting to see how this can go just beyond one big payday?
They put their skills to the test by developing a relaunch strategy for a uniquely beautiful house. While the Bullseye team put together a brilliant presentation, the Sandbox team missed the mark, presenting a concept that made Joel jump out of his chair in disgust.
This plan is an utter disaster.
In the judgment room, Carly, Debbie, and Steve were eliminated from the game, while Laura was redeemed from the Sandbox after showing some improvement. Will she manage to stay out of the judgment room today, or will Joel live to regret his decision to keep her? Stay tuned to find out in this episode of The Next Internet Millionaire.
I'm not part of any alliance, but I heard of some other alliances, so I wasn't very impressed.
The show's taking that turn now, I think. People are beginning to realize, okay, people are going home. It's setting in, and people are beginning to alliance. People are beginning to, you know, really start getting word.
I heard from Thor that Jason Henderson and Laura were in an alliance. I've heard that before, that they were sort of chatting on, you know, that they would pick each other and stuff.
Texans stick together, right? So of course we had an alliance, and I'm sure there'll be still many more alliances to come.
Morning, everybody. Looks like we're shy 3 people this morning. The Sandbox is a term that we took from the search engines. And just like the search engines who change and adapt for the current needs, we are changing the format of the show. As of now, there is no more Sandbox. You guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Today's challenge centers around email. It's important when I've got a JV partner that they can handle the flood of email requests that come in. But still, we need to handle each and every customer concern as if that customer is the only one in the world. That is why today's challenge is called Email Worms.
I thought those worms looked really disgusting, and I could not believe that they were introducing a worm thing, worm challenge on a business show.
Yes, we'll get to these in a moment. In the online world, an email worm is a type of virus that spreads via email accounts. Each of you has your laptop in front of you, and we've created a special email account. In your account are 10 emails that are customer service requests. You will have 15 minutes to answer the 10 emails that are in your account. I'm looking for professional, courteous, and thorough replies. Here's where our friends come in. In the middle of the table is a jar filled with big, fat, juicy Canadian night crawlers. If you eat one worm, you will only have to answer 5 emails. If you eat 2 worms, you will only have to answer 1 email.
When Joel lifted up the cover and there was a bowl of worms on the table, I thought, you know, what is this? Next Internet Millionaire is not about eating worms.
I wasn't thinking we were going to do a survivor sort of eat the worm, so I just thought it was a analogy to the, you know, the computer worms. Nico.
Oh, boy, what do you think?
Nico accepts the challenge. Jamie, what do you think of my worm?
It's a little bit limpy.
Sorry, little guy.
I saw the worms and I was like, screw this, I'm not doing it. I'm not a big fan of worms. Not like, they're like, ew, gross kind of thing, but like just worms. They're just, I don't know.
Congratulations, Nico. Charles, are you going to eat the worms?
No, I'm not gonna eat worms.
Passing on the worms.
I think I'm gonna pass on the worms.
Okay, that's
Maybe next time, but this time. No worms.
10 emails for you in 15 minutes.
I can do it.
Big J.
When I was in high school, I went to a camp where there's a vinegar drinking contest, and I won it hands down. And 3 hours later, I gave it back, you know, to the director. But I figured I could keep those things in my stomach for a little bit. I was telling Trippy that I tasted more dirt than worms, and I was like, oh, I'm eating dirt. So that was a lot more uncomfortable than a worm.
And they're gone. Alasan.
Okay, I'll try.
Please come around. Kind
Okay.
of draw one out.
Oh, that feels
Oh,
really
easy,
good.
easy,
Oh,
easy,
oh,
easy.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
When I first saw the worms were on the table, I was thinking, oh man, they're not gonna make us eat that, are they? But I knew that, you know, I'm gonna do what it takes, and so I'm gonna do it. I was just waiting for Joel to officially say we're gonna eat worms, and so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it. And however many he said we had to eat, I was gonna do it.
Good flavor.
Congratulations, here's your e-commerce chip, and you will only need to answer one email. Tough competitor. Now I know if there's somebody at this table that is just dying to eat worms. It's Jamie. You want to come around and look?
Well, I wasn't expecting to see the worms there. I was definitely, well, shocked and disappointed.
Close your eyes, grab it. Close your eyes.
Come on, dude, you can do it.
Come on, close your eyes and think of something else.
It's going in
Grab
your
it and throw
throat,
it.
so I mean.
Since
Over.
she just has to swallow, can one of us just pick 2 ones that are moving out from the
She
window
needs
for her?
to pick them out.
Well, how you do your job is not whether you compromise yourself and you do something you don't want to do. Well, I think most good business people stick to their guns, and if you don't want to eat worms, don't do it.
It's all right. It's all right.
I think even having the guts to come up here and think about this. Jamie, she tried so hard. I gave her a chip because she was there overcoming fears. She deserves something just for that effort.
I'm kind of torn for Jamie. I don't know if she was putting on a show. I told Trip, I said, and the Oscar goes to. So who knows if it was real or not.
Jason?
I'm going all in today.
All right.
Of course, I was thinking we were gonna have to eat them. So I'm slightly nervous. I have a really terrible gag reflex.
Don't get too attached, John.
I think the first worm was definitely the harder of the 2. Not because it was like, the first worm, but because when I swallowed it, the tip of it was a little harder, and it kind of got stuck right here, and I felt like I still feel like it's there, and I'm trying to swallow it. But the next one was soft pretty much throughout, so that one went down a lot smoother and a little bit easier.
Very good, Jason. Laura, let's give it a try.
I could even walk into a sushi restaurant. This is quite gross. Oh my god.
That was quick. Wow. That was the fastest.
That was literally crawling around.
You do shots like that too.
going up there, I was like, I just have to go from A to B, hurry up and get it over with and done with. Everyone else sat there playing with it, and if I would have done that, then I would have thrown up on Thor, who I'm sure would have thrown up on Jason, who I'm sure would have thrown up on everyone else, and then I would have seen everyone throwing up, and then it would be over, all those laptops ruined, and all the other worms ruined for everyone else, and I'm sure I would have thrown up on Joel's $300 suit. So the fact that I picked them up, threw them in my mouth, and swallowed them, that's fine and everything, but now I'm just kind of sickened by the thought of them just sitting in my stomach, just hanging out there.
That was the fastest yet. Congratulations.
Just for you, so I hope, whatever.
One email.
Do it, Thor. So I got up there, picked out 2 worms, and like I'm gonna pick the 2 worms out that I grabbed, the ones that I grab, I don't care if they're skinny or fat or swirling, whatever, doesn't matter. Because you don't, in life, you get to pick the challenges that come your way in your email box. So I figured, oh, let's grab 2 worms and put them down, put them in my mouth, and actually they cooperated nicely. They just hammered right on down to their fate. Do I have some worm on my chin?
Congratulations, well done. You only have to answer 1 email, and there's your e-com. Okay, some of you did very well. It's a tough thing to do, I know. But we're gonna give you a second chance if you pass the first time. Christine, you passed the first time.
I did, and like Laura, I'm very confident in my ability to answer emails. I also feel like I want to give it my all, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go for it.
Step up.
Man, I'm just getting it on out.
She's selecting the gourmet delicacies.
That's too long.
Oh, she's changed diapers. She's all right.
It's usually not moving in the diaper.
Well, then you don't have good kids.
They're all.
They don't?
Oh, well. It's at least it's a skinny long one. I was really surprised. The first worm went down so good. I mean, not that I plan on having them a regular part of my diet, but I didn't taste anything. I just swallowed it. I didn't even feel it go down. I just took some water. It was like taking a pill. And so I'm like, okay, let's grab the second one. And that thing, it wouldn't stop moving. It just, I mean, I popped it in my mouth and it came back out again.
And you laughed at it.
No. So I grabbed another worm, and I thought I'd be fine, but my gag reflex kicked in and tried to keep that sucker down, but obviously it didn't work, so I got to gross everybody out.
Oh, that thing shoots out, man. Wait.
Doesn't count.
A noble effort. Christine will only be answering 5 emails.
Watch out.
There.
I'm really sorry, you guys.
It's fine. Here, your napkin.
Christine, definitely. Second time around, she just couldn't do it. Had the gag reflex, so that was pretty hilarious.
I'm really sorry.
You don't have to apologize. This is hard to do. Christine, you will be answering 5 emails.
Okay.
Charles, you passed before.
Come on, Charles! Charles, your viewers will love you.
It's just like spaghetti, right? Except it's a little bit.
Swallow
Is that 3 or 2? I felt bad for the worms. Why are we eating worms to begin with? I mean, poor little worms. They're just eating dirt.
Yeah.
We had to eat them. And it was kind of like really soggy noodle. Yeah. What's really funny is I don't like fish or pork or anything like that, right? But I just ate a f***ing worm.
Your email accounts are before you. There are 10 to choose from. If you have to reply to fewer than 10, you may choose which ones they are.
You have 15 minutes and it begins now.
I was really angry because I knew that by not eating the worms, I wouldn't be able to complete the challenge. You can't possibly write 10 letters in 15 minutes, and it just wasn't going to happen. So it frustrated me that I was put into that situation because I wouldn't eat the worm.
10 seconds. Time's up. Please close your laptop.
Jamie did not reply to the 10 emails in time, and so she is disqualified from this immunity. I really want to buy your program, but I don't have the money right now. Also, I am vertically challenged and I cannot reach my keyboard. please do not discriminate against me for this, as it would be against Title XV6779 of the Internet Legal Code. And if you do not help me, I will probably report you to the Attorney General, the FBI, and the Underground Ninja Society. Can you please get back to me on how we can arrange this? Sincerely, Mr. John Kensington.
I'm truly flattered that you have chosen my program. I will be in contact with you to go over the details.
I enjoy writing emails, and I think that's something, you know, that I definitely have as a skill. So I definitely enjoyed the challenge today.
Great ideas for the future of those who have challenges. To your success, Jason Marshall.
The overall feeling from the email is that you're bending over backwards, and we definitely don't want to discriminate against anyone associated with the Underground Internet Ninja Society. This is a good email. The next email says, I bought your Ultra Extreme collection of ebooks several days ago, and I would like to know when I can expect them to arrive at my home. I'm worried about the books sitting on my doorstep. All I got was a link to some web page.
Hi Jason, you will be receiving your package on Thursday between 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. Your tracking number is 054678923.
I thought it was funny Jason Henderson kind of forgot it was an ebook and gave him a tracking number. But I thought that was kind of off.
Thank you for being a customer of Big AdSense Unlimited. Jason, I thought they were ebooks.
These are ebooks.
Right.
They are fully downloadable. When we sell physical product, it says on the page, you will receive in the mail physical product. This is a digital delivery, and you missed the point of what we were going for.
Dear Latoya, thank you for your email inquiry. We are sorry that your purchase of our product was not to your satisfaction. If you could tell us what your needs are, we may be able to recommend one of our other products for you. As for the product you are not pleased with, we can send you a full refund if you send the product back to us. We thank you again for your support and look forward to helping you. Regards, Alisand, Customer Service.
Okay, I've read all your emails. A few of you did not get the tenor of the email requests that were sent and kind of dropped the ball in that area.
Who was the only one that formatted it correctly to fit in all email readers? Who was the only one that caught that this was supposed to be for RJV and actually created a new business name? Who is the only one that actually had a PS with an upsell? Who's the only one that had a support desk URL?
And that's why today's HackerSafe immunity goes to Alisand. Congratulations. Come on up. Alisand, you had it all in there. You were grateful that they were our customer. You answered all their questions completely. You told them about how to get a refund on their product, professionally written, professionally formatted. I'd be very proud to have it come from my help desk. You are now immune for the rest of the day. Congratulations.
It is a relief to know that I'm safe today. I think that even if I didn't win this HackerSafe, I'm feeling pretty confident that, you know, as long as I perform well, that I will probably do really well. So what I want to do now is just be the best team player that I can for my team and help us win whatever we need to win.
So see what I'm saying? Game on, let's get on to the next one.
Our next speaker is one of the world's leading experts in information products. We're incredibly privileged to have him here on this stage today. He's going to teach you some incredible things about info product creation. Make sure you take great notes. Would you please help me welcome to the next Internet Millionaire stage, the energetic, the brilliant, the flamboyant, Mr. Marlon Sanders. All right, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ninja Training. In the next 2 hours, you come in as average, ordinary marketers. In 2 hours, you will leave this room certified ninjas. Are you ready to rock? Say yeah. Are you ready to roll? Yeah. Are the ninjas ready? Yeah. Great.
Marlon's a character. I like him. It kept me awake. It was over the top, and he makes over the top work.
You will not hear anything more profound than what I'm going to tell you right now, and it is this. How much money you make 5 years from now? It's not going to depend on how well you learn your lessons, unfortunately. It's not going to depend on how many courses you buy. It's not going to depend on how many ebooks you read. It's not going to even depend on how many products you create. None of that determines how much money you're going to be earning 5 years from now. There's only one thing that really determines that. And that single factor is your ability to confront. There's one reason some people make it in this business and some people don't. It's your ability to confront. See, you gotta confront some technical things you're not gonna be comfortable with. And if that causes you pain, and you don't wanna confront that pain, and you don't wanna deal with the hassle, and you don't wanna deal with that side of the business, you're not gonna make it. Or if you don't wanna have the guts to pay a little money and outsource it, and go to the trouble and time of outsourcing to somebody that may or may not do a good job, you ain't gonna make it in this business. If you don't want to confront creating a product when you're not the absolute master of that product, you won't make it in this business. See, you got to confront some things that you're not comfortable with. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we're getting ready to go into the ninja training.
Today was not the first time I've heard Marlon speak, and I was really excited to hear him again. He is just wild, but very, very knowledgeable. He's a brilliant man, and I learned some new things about marketing, a new way of looking at things, and certainly things that I'm going to use again in the future.
You're going to leave out of here being able to put together those products and being able to put together those ideas and being able to make this happen in a way that you never would have been able before if you learned just these three simple things. Offense, flanking, and guerrilla. These are three things you got to know. Part one is the offense. Ninja who attacks the leader's strength commit suicide. You do not attack a competitor's strength. Master Ninja says, attack the weakness in the leader's strength. You're gonna want to remember this. Attack the weakness. Every strength has an accompanying. Why do you attack the weakness in a strength versus just any weakness? Would anyone care to hazard a guess at that?
If you're able to attack the strength and destroy the strength, destroy their competitive advantage. Marlon is fabulous. I have never heard such a charismatic speaker that can grab your attention and hold on to it and entertain through multiple personas. I mean, this guy is good, and I wouldn't want to be the guy following him. Let's put it that way. I don't want to be the guy that speaks after Marlon. That's not good.
Now, y'all might just have to be doing this here in a minute. So if you got some questions here in a second, we're going to take questions. Then you better ask them, because otherwise you're going to be kicked out of the program.
Before we get started, Laura, we're going to give you 15 seconds to decide which team you would like to join.
I'm going to go back to my original team.
So you are back with KISS now. And also, we'll need to choose team leaders. Both teams, please confer. Very good. Thor is the team leader for Bullseye. Jason, Big Jason, is the team leader for KISS. Here's what's going to happen, guys. You are going to prepare a marketing plan which will be presented to the entire group. You will choose a specific market and a product to sell to that market. You'll present 3 short summaries of possible marketing strategies. You will choose one of those 3 as your main strategy. Then you will create 4 PowerPoint slides based on Marlon's acronym, NABC. At the end, there will be a question and answer period where the opposing team will try to punch holes in your concept. The winning team will be joining myself and Marlon at one of the finest restaurants in Fort Collins. The other team will be meeting me in the judgment room tonight. You've got 2 hours, get to your workstations, and your time begins now.
Okay, so we have to find a need first. Before we find a product, there has to be a need.
What if we use something like as simple as bottled water? So we go only in glass because the water, through the water absorbs the chemicals of the plastic in plastic bottled water.
So I guess, is the emphasis the bottle or the water? Is the emphasis the water?
No, it's both. The water is okay. Specialty water. So it's not your city water that's put through a processing plant like Zephyr's Hills and put into a bottle.
You guys, you got to focus this. I'm unclear if this is about what the flanking move is. You got to zero in on what's the flanking move and how are we going to sell it.
This time around, we came up with a great product, but literally the entire thing came together in the last 15 minutes, and I had absolutely no time to even read what I was going to be presenting. Charles was nervous about what he was presenting, and Nico was going off in 50 directions, so we weren't even sure what Nico was going to say.
The real angle is the glass bottle.
One thing you might think about is there's been a lot of really negative publicity recently about all the plastic bottles and how horrible for the environment they are.
Exactly. The plastic bottles leach chemicals out of the plastic into the water.
So I don't know if we can use that particular benefit to flank anybody.
Well, the difference that we would put into this is we're not just using any water. We're using a special water from a special source.
If you all can really hustle, you could crush the other team by applying it, coming up with a little logo, coming up with your slogan.
The design of the bottle itself could be a selling point.
I mean, I like what Nico said. You're not just going to walk into your local 7-Eleven and pick up a bottle of this water. I was the team leader on this challenge, and I don't feel I gave the kind of performance that Joel's expecting out of a JV partner. I don't think I did this time. I'd really let myself down.
We're looking at the niche market. We're looking at spas, which are
high-end restaurants, maybe.
Very famous restaurant like in LA decided to stop selling bottled water to their customers. Very foo-foo famous restaurant because it was so bad for the environment.
Yes.
So that would mean nobody's delivering bottled water in a glass container to high-end restaurants currently.
Your time's running short, get it together. What's a product category you can think of where there are still new innovations being made and tons of money are being made?
Phones. Music, videos.
Music, videos. Okay, out of phones, music, and video, would you like to try to attack one of those? It would be either an offensive, flanking, or possibly a guerrilla move.
There's a lot of things out there, like equipment to do your really basic webcam video, but to put together more complex videos, how to edit videos, how to, that kind of thing, how to market yourself using video, how to...
Okay, there's a phone that I think it posts directly to, I think it's to MySpace or something like that, or one of those social networks. What about a phone you can do video that posts straight to your YouTube account?
My Trio does that.
Does it?
If the same benefits everybody else has got, why buy it? Give me some unique benefits and be damn well ready to defend it against the piranhas when they attack you.
The Need is an easier and better way to post videos to YouTube. And the solution obviously is a better phone.
Can we tell how many videos are posted to YouTube per day?
Yes, that's a good research book. Hey, Allison, here's this. So you can have that reference. Maybe you can start.
I'm starting. I have a bullet. I have a slide for each that actually here. While I was working on my part, I was doing the PowerPoint. I was, I guess, the techie in a way. I could hear the advice of Joel and Marlon and Heather. They would, add some tips here and there, and we were all so disconnected that we were so busy trying to figure out what our roles were in the task that we couldn't really focus on what they were saying. Because you can't focus on advice that someone's giving when you don't even know what the heck you're doing.
We just discovered that Joel actually just took the video from his phone and then put it to his computer, then put it to YouTube.
Oh.
So it might be a blue ocean.
Because we're thinking something that you can push right on the phone and
wow.
The phone
that would be blue ocean.
Right now we have 9,305 years it would take in order to watch all the YouTube video footage.
Right, and why don't you do the research? Or are you good at research? No? You suck.
I'm more creative.
Are you good at research?
Really good at research.
Okay, will you do the research and find out if there's any other phones?
What I was thinking was,
I'm going to do the YouTube one.
Marlon was saying, we got to figure out what all four of us were kind of all scattered, and I didn't think any one of us four was particularly the downfall of the group, like, oh, it's your fault that you didn't do your job well. We all simply weren't, guided in a way, and that's only really the team.
Domains.
Is anybody listening to me?
Yes.
Hello?
You can get
Yes.
Oh, I think right now I feel like my toughest competition female-wise would be Allison, because she's very strong-minded and she's very goal-oriented, and she knows she wants to win this. She really does want to win this, and I can tell, and she's going to keep putting her ideas out there and to make sure that they're heard.
If I was going to pick somebody on my team right now who might drag us down, it might be Allison. And it might seem like a surprising choice because she is a strong person, but I think that might be her downfall. She's very strong, she's very opinionated, and she likes to have her opinions known, and so sometimes she can keep going and going and going.
So I wanted to start working on a concept of why we think this is going to be a cool thing for people to get.
Well, it would be phone companies, because phones can...
What do you mean,
the phone carrier
manufacturer? Like as in LG, Samsung? Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Like
that would be for
Motorola.
offense, yeah.
Those are our competitors.
Those are our competitors for the one, but if we flank, then our competitors are those
We knew right from the beginning before we even walked in, we're not ready, we are not prepared. All they have to do is have a decent presentation and they're going to blow us away. So it was tough going into that competition knowing that.
Team KISS, are you ready to begin?
Yes, sir. Our market that we're going after is YouTubers. Video is very important to them. We want to make it easier, cheaper. The way we're going to do that is with a new cell phone. Anytime, anywhere, any place, they can post to YouTube with their phone.
We've got to crush our competitors. We're going to create flanking by coming around and hitting them with a lower price.
I would have to say that my toughest competitor is Jason Marshall.
I would say the toughest would probably be still Jason Marshall, just because he's got the great speaking skills and he can ad-lib really well.
And I'll tell you why. You know, right from the beginning, he's always been a very, very solid presenter.
I'm branded. I'm branded as the one that can do just about anything we've been asked to do. Every time we go to do something, like, oh, is there anything else you can't do? So I'm pegged, and whether or not the strategy is to take me out because I am strong, or keep me around to, you know, help their team win. And I don't mind strategy as long as the deception doesn't follow. YouTube obviously is going to be the creator of this phone. This is a product that's going to be sent to you. YouTube is going to be the manufacturer of this.
As soon as I saw that they were doing something with YouTube, I knew I had to rip them apart. And I kind of looked at them when they got up there, and I tried to make eye contact with everybody, and kind of did one of those like, don't do it, don't do it. And I kind of felt like a jerk, but I mean, they were saying some things that I didn't think were very good or valid.
We're going to hit an age, the young high school age that every one of them has a cell phone.
This YouTube phone will come with the service built in, so all you have is the cell phone service.
Please step forward.
It was just asinine for them to pick YouTube as a product when we have Charles Trippy sitting on our team. I mean, literally, I was typing a note to Charles like, isn't there something already for that? And he just waved me off. He was like, I got it.
Bullseye Group, you may now interrogate your competition.
If you look in the options of YouTube, you can set up a mobile device. I could take the cell phone I have right here, and I would just type a text message and it would upload directly to my account. You could use any cell phone already on YouTube as it is.
Right. Does it allow you from a text message to put in the title, description, and key phrases?
So you would have an all-new phone just to be able to type it.
They couldn't come back with anything. We kept hammering them, and they just couldn't come back. And we tried to hammer the people that were weakest. We tried to direct questions to individuals we believed couldn't answer them. I directed that question directly at Big Jason and said, Big Jason, you gave a stat, what about it? And he couldn't answer the question.
We really don't know how much it would cost to manufacture a phone like that, so it's purely hypothetical.
I didn't hear it. You're ninja. You attack. You don't sit up there going, well, yeah, I don't know.
I have a question for you guys. Has anybody here heard of LG Electronics? LG is one of the largest electronics manufacturers in the world. LG is going to develop a YouTube phone. I can't believe you guys did not Google to see if any of the big competitors, I mean, this kind of takes the whole flanking approach, it's decimated. Bullseye Group, you now have 10 minutes to give your presentation. You may begin now.
Gentlemen, we all need water. Some people will drink brand water. Other people prefer something a little more high-end. And some of these higher-end establishments are not serving bottled water anymore. And the individual or the group or the company that finds a way to develop a product that's going to target that problem and solve that problem is going to sell a lot of high-end bottled water.
Basically, the high-end restaurants are ceasing the service of bottled water because of these toxins, and everything this bottle is made of is environmental friendly. The bottle would be completely made of glass, lid and all. It would be a nice sexy bottle, you know, like the nice 36, 24, 36, you know. You're not going to drop it. You're not going to have the flimsy bottle that's going to fall.
There's a giant that stands 5,000 feet tall overlooking the rainforest canopy below. Her name is Vulcan Aeronaut. it is comprised of, as the name states, are now sand. So basically what we have here is a 5,000 foot water filter. Now can you imagine a better place to get pure natural spring water?
Very good. Bullseye group, please come forward. The opposing team will now have 10 minutes to shoot holes in your presentation.
Now, why would you only target the restaurants? Why wouldn't you target all the people who carry water around, all the people who have water at their desks, all the people who could potentially use your product?
Because that's not the target market for our product.
I thought it was a great presentation. I loved the PowerPoint. I loved the way you guys put it together.
Marketing is not love thy neighbor, you know. I mean, yeah, we believe in love thy neighbor, but when you're marketing, it's aggression. And there was some aggression here, but come on, think.
In meeting the goals and objectives of this particular task, in the minds of all the judges, there was one clear winner that managed to do it over all the others. And that team is the Bullseye Group. Congratulations.
It's really not fun sitting at the judgment table. You have the 3 judges staring at you. They have water. We don't have water. And they just stare. And they're very serious. And, you know, then they go on to criticize every member of the team. And you don't know exactly what's going to happen.
I don't care who gets eliminated. The fact is, our team lost. That annoys me. Why again? It's like, I don't want to be here.
Team Kiss, sorry to see you here in the judgment room tonight, but it has to be. It's part of the competition and one of you will be eliminated. Laura, as long as you're here at this table, you're gonna put a smile on my face, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about this challenge and what happened with this team tonight. Who was in charge of doing the research that did not find that the other major corporation was coming out with this YouTube phone?
There was actually 3 of us. I started off doing the research on quite a different things, and then we started just trying to like delegate different responsibilities to everyone else on the research. And
Well, it kept getting shuffled around. Originally they said, please look for this, and then it said, okay, I need you to do name and logo, you should do that, your more graphics. And then I said, okay, well, I worked on that, and then I was given the statistics.
Jason, you were the team leader.
Right.
What happened to the focus? Why weren't people encouraged to stay on a certain task and see it through to the end?
I was encouraging everyone to stick to what they want. Also on PowerPoint. Jamie, initially the graphics and the research on the trail.
You know, they had a great idea, Joel, because as a matter of fact, a really big company is doing the idea. The other team,
social proof.
Nobody's coming out with Costa Rican water any day soon. They had the winning idea. They had the winning hand. The fatal flaw in the plan was not finding LNG. How many seconds did it take you to find upstairs?
15.
15. So we had 3 people doing research for 2 hours total. And we couldn't find what Joel found in 15 seconds.
Jason, why did you pick a product that none of you know anything about?
Because we finally had a task where we had someone with familiarity.
With cell phones?
No.
Someone on your team knows
That was
about
the
cell
alternate.
phone? Somebody on your team knows about YouTube?
no, we had a different product.
So what happened?
It was going to be a posture product because I have a background in that.
The instructions were to choose a target market, then choose your strategy and come up with a product based on the strategy. What he was recommending is taking a product and then trying to create the strategy and defend it, starting with the product. That was not the assignment.
It was backwards. Big Jason, you're the team leader. Who should take the bullet for this?
Jamie and Jason.
Really? Why Jason Marshall?
No particular reason. I'm not singling anybody out. I just have to pick.
I said, who should take the bullet? What one person should take the bullet? You've named both of them. You know, why pick on Jason and Jamie? Obviously, Allison's not touchable. What about Laura? What about yourself?
All the contradictory information that we got. Throughout the whole thing, we were all going on notions and we were all wrong. We had no idea, and we kept on fighting, so it just turned everything around. So I can't point at anybody and say, you know, it's your fault, you screwed up the worst, you know, you need to go.
Second fatal flaw was deciding to pitch a product of which an expert in that product was on the other team. Really, really, really bad idea.
That should have been the first thought. Oh, Charles was on the other team.
He killed you.
We also shouldn't have let him kill us. I mean, their product, there are bottles of water, glass bottles shaped like that. You know, we shouldn't have let, in our presentation, we should have stood up for our product, because even though you could pee in, it's not the same thing as what we were describing.
It didn't stop LNG.
So we should have stood up there and said, you know what, yes, they have that, but it's not the same product.
There was no cohesiveness between what you and you and you and you and you were doing.
And I don't understand that, Heather. Why was that? I don't understand
well,
the lack
I
of
think because the
cohesiveness.
leader didn't bring it together and say this is what we're doing.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to explain. We had a path, I had the time layout, I had everybody signed to everything.
The best laid plans, right? Jason, who should take the bullet for today?
Tonight I'd have to say Jason Henderson, just based on the leadership of it. I would have followed him, be it wherever with the posture thing, I would have gone that way.
I think your presentation tonight was, you know, after yesterday, is you notched it up a little bit. You're a little more confident. Laura, who should take the bullet?
I would say Jason, just because of the leadership, and he did have a lot of good ideas and everything, and maybe we should have gone with the posture, but in the end we were just so far everywhere, and it's just
Hard to pull it together.
right from going from one task to the next and just having no idea what's going on.
Alessandro, you're untouchable tonight. Tell me, where do you think the responsibility for this task should lie?
I felt totally disconnected from the whole entire group, and then at the last minute when we had to do the presentation, I just had to wing it.
A name, please.
Anyways, just because of the leadership, I would have to say Jason Henderson.
They're coming up with you again and again.
Right.
Okay. Jamie?
I think I feel the same way as my teammates. We needed a timeline and somebody to be saying, this is where we need to be here, this is where we need to be here. We should be at this point. What do we have? What are we looking for? And I felt that we were scattered, probably mostly because of leadership. So I guess I would have to also say Jason Henderson.
Jason, I know Big Jason named you, and honestly, we didn't see much out of you. You did your part of the presentation, and we're probably a little out of your element on this task, but you did come up with a key piece of data that salvaged the critique somewhat, and that is the information about Verizon having a service. And Jamie, you did as you were told, and the direction was a little unclear. I think you guys were unsure of who was doing what, and maybe the team could have helped in general to bring that focus back. But I really enjoyed seeing you ratchet up your presentation on stage. I'm starting to see you shine there as you get more comfortable, and that tells me that there's that potential there for a JV partnership. Big J, Laura. Back and forth, Big J, Laura. Both very bright, both youthful, both with lots of potential, both with big dreams. But this is a game, and somebody's got to go. Laura, you barely squeaked by last night because that whole sandbox team was an utter disaster. As you're on the stage, starting to get a little bit more in the element of doing this marketing thing, and I really see the potential there. Jason, big marketing is your brand, and in the 4 days here, I've yet to see big things from you. And because of that, I'm sorry to tell you that you've been eliminated from the competition. You have your e-commerce chips that you've collected while you're here. You now have the opportunity to keep them all or to give your entire stack of e-commerce chips to whoever you choose, either at this table or on the other team. What would you like to do?
I'll leave them alone.
You're rolling in it. Thanks, guys. You must now leave the complex.
I have been frustrated with working with Jason Henderson, but I never enjoy seeing anybody go home.
I think it's just part of the game. I had a feeling eventually it was going to be me.
You know, Jason Henderson's been alienating himself since the time we got here, and you know, and it's been a general consensus with everybody, and it was pretty much well known.
And I was the only one with a lot of really good skills, and it was just real unbalanced. So I think the game's more targeted to you know, different types of people.
Jason doesn't really go out of his way to make friends. He seems to be very self-serving, and he'll be friendly when he sees how it might benefit him.
I've got a speaking engagement coming up, and I've got about 5 joint ventures all waiting for me to get back to him.
He's kind of excluded himself. We sit down to eat, he's at a different table. We're over here talking, he's gone off by himself. He was nice to me at times, and so I want to say he's a nice person. But I kind of looked right through it. I thought he was being very fake in the way he's being nice to me.
I've had phone calls and emails that I haven't been able to respond to while on the show, so I'm just gonna get back to what I was doing before.
Boy, you know, sometimes you're really rude to people, like this morning when you just trashed that poor lady at the front desk for not having your dry cleaning done on time. That stuff's not cool, man. Don't do that.
You know, some of the things are not my strengths. Some of the things are not geared to a lot of people's strengths. So, you know, some people react better to certain situations than others, and you know, I don't react to certain situations in the right way or the best way. So.
I wasn't very sad to see Jason Henderson go.
I'm glad to see that Jason Henderson got sent home.
I felt bad for Jason and everything because I like him and I didn't want to see him leave.
Yeah, I could say I'm sad.
We're all in the melting pot here in Colorado, and Joel Comm has taken us out to dinner.
I'll try something new today. Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
We had worms for breakfast and fondue for dinner.
All right, a toast to today's victors, Team Bullseye. Tomorrow is another day. Cheers. Cheers.
Sometimes you're forced to do something that you don't want to do, and but you got to do it anyway. You got to take some risks. You got to take some challenges, and recognize when you are weak, and then when you recognize that weakness, work with it and try to overcome it.
I hope there's not a bowl of cockroaches tomorrow, because I'll leave the room.
It's so easy, a jungle got it's so easy, Tarzan can do it.
And I don't take too well to having orders given to me.
Then where are we going from there?
I need a decision now.
God, there's gotta be the formula. What's the perfect formula for all this stuff?
Something like unique and different, but contemporary.
Biggest mistake most people make is
We roll the dice, we move our mice, and sometimes somebody gets hurt.
Sit there and just flip out, like pull my hair, break pencils, throw paper against the wall.
And you'll finally get to meet my dog, Socrates. The growth of the internet has led to more opportunities for prosperity than ever before. The myth of making money online from home in your pajamas is no longer a myth. The internet has made it a reality. Now, I invite you to become a part of this group of entrepreneurs by becoming a Next Internet Millionaire Insider. As a member, you'll receive your own internet business on CD-ROM shipped directly to your door. This CD is packed with video tutorials, instructional ebooks, website templates, and 64 products that you can begin selling online immediately. It has all the tools and resources you need to get your internet business up and running quickly. And as an insider, you'll have the ability to ask questions, participate in exclusive teleseminars, and receive access to a special members-only website. To learn more, Go to www.nextinternetmillionaire.com and enter your name and email address in the form on the page. Thanks for watching The Next Internet Millionaire. I look forward to seeing you as an insider.
I think it's time for you guys to leave because I gotta finish.